Howdy, I'm Geezlarry, and today I'm going to be making Clue in Minecraft. A couple months ago on Christmas Day, I posted a video called I Built Candyland in Minecraft, and that video is currently sitting at just over 300 views, making it my most viewed Minecraft video at the time of recording this. Because of how over the average views of my videos it did, I decided to do something similar, recreating another classic board game. Now, I was really excited for the Candyland video that I made, but I'm even more excited about making Clue, because I actually enjoy playing this game, not just thinking about the nostalgia of it. I'm going to try to make this video a lot better than my Candyland video, so if more than 300 people have seen this, then that probably means I succeeded. You may have liked seeing Candyland come together in the time lapses, but I didn't do a good job of explaining my thought process of making Candyland. And if you think I'm about to go on a 10-minute rant about all the things I thought about when making Candyland, don't worry, I won't rant about Candyland. This time around, it's hopefully going to be a different story. For example, it's going to be more like Mushroom Gorge instead of Luigi Circuit. A little more to it, but a lot more fun. Intros aside, let's get down to business. I hate to keep referencing the Candyland video, which I will link in the description, but in that video I was just able to recreate the board itself, only using a bit of imagination when it came to making it 3D. However, if I did it with Clue, it would just be a square on the floor and look pretty silly, not to mention it wouldn't make as interesting of a video. If you look at the game board of Clue, you will see just that, a game board, but in order to properly recreate Clue, the board isn't enough. So I zoomed out, looked at it from a distance, and kept zooming out until, oh, that's it! If you have ever watched the movie Clue, or seen the spoof episode of it in a Psych or some other show perhaps, then you know that it takes place in a mansion that I will be building. Now I'm still basing this build off the game Clue, not the movie, so it won't look like the mansion on film. That being said, you probably noticed that you cannot tell from the game what the exterior looks like, and you would be correct. But not to fret, this is where I'll have to use my imagination. In order to do this, I will be trying to recreate something that I cannot see, thus I do not know what it looks like, but I know what its vibe is. If you're trying to recreate something in Minecraft that, for varying reasons, seems impossible to build in-game, then do one simple thing. Take out the main aspects, the heart and soul, if you will, of the build, and put those into Minecraft. It might not be a perfect representation of what you are trying to make, but as long as the heart and soul are there, then it doesn't have to be exact. I don't know what the outside of the Clue Mansion looks like, but I know what the board looks like, and because I know what the board looks like, then I can guess what the outside looks like. Make sense? No? Oh dear. The board is the interior of the mansion, and it looks pretty rustic, old-timey, so that gives me a good guess of what the outside of the build should look like. Because if you have a rustic interior, the exterior will be rustic as well. Generally speaking, you are not going to find a rustic interior inside a modern house or vice versa, because that would look ridiculous, so I can safely assume the exterior has the same rustic and old-timey feel that the interior does. So we have a genre. What about the block palette? There is no way to know what the block palette of the mansion is looking at the game, so the only way to know is by the feel of it, the vibe. And the vibe I get from this mansion has a lot of wood and is old enough to still have shingles. With that knowledge and a look through the blocks in Minecraft, I settled on this block palette. Tough bricks, spruce wood, oak wood, birch wood, and the roof will be polished black stone. As for the exact design, well, it's best if I show you. Alright, so right here is the block palette. From right to left is the tough, the spruce, the oak, the birch, and the polished black stone. I laid it out here just so you could see more what that looks like. And if you fly up here, then you can see the beginnings of my experimentation with how the build will look. Right here is a big old porch that will probably cover the front half or so of the building. And you can see I was working on wall designs. It's not going to be this every single segment. It's going to be some variation because I don't want it to look like it was copy and pasted. And I think if it was copy and pasted, that would be more boring to not only watch build see, but also to build. So I'm also going to do different designs that I haven't actually come up with yet. But I'm not gonna worry about it too much. Now, if you go over to the porch, you will see that that's where the birch comes in, and there's also some lanterns here for lighting in the dark time. Cat, would you stop eating my door, please? She's at it again. Anywho, under here, the foundation is where the tuff comes in, and I'm actually going to do this in the porch so there's enough for a little basement, and that basement is for something that is a little bit of a secret, but you probably will guess if you played Clue in the last few months and have a fresh mind of it. Now, I'll probably put a garden or two in the front of the house as well, just to make it feel more alive and cared and tended to. So that is what I'm working with as of right now for the design. I really like how this looks, and I'm really excited to see if I can pull it off. But we'll see if I flounder around and make it look stupid, or if I make it look absolutely legendary and get dozens upon dozens and ones of views on this video. So, now that you know how I found the block palette— Cat, you're eating my door! And now that you know how I came up with the genre, the block palette, and a little bit of the design for the build, I guess we can just hop right into the first little bit of building and see what we can pull off. The whole mansion will probably go up in about 1 or 2 time lapses, and then we'll slow down and I'll walk you through more of the interior of the building, because that's more of where the actual game Clue is. So I think that'll be more interesting and commentable. So I hope you enjoy the video, and if you do, please consider giving a like and subscribing. It helps a bunch. And enjoy the rest of the video, because I'm about to start building. Mr. Body's mansion is completed, and by completed, I mean it is not completed. It is generally built. The structure of it is placed onto the ground, as you can see, and as you probably just saw in the time-lapse, unless you blinked really, really, really long, or did so many blinks that you fell asleep and are just waking up now at the sound of my voice. If you did, morning. Anywho, I still have a lot of details to do and of the interior, but I'm going to do the details on the outside first, and then we can go ahead and walk, and then I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the interior and the building of the inside. But I'm not actually going to show you the making of the details, because you, let's be honest, probably don't want to watch more time lapses, because you just watched the whole time lapse of me making this. So I'm going to do more of a cut, and also, not recording it gives me a little bit more freedom in the length of time I can spend working on it. And, because I want to spend as much time as possible making this mansion look as cool as I can get it. Detail, interior, tour, that is about all that is left in this video, so most of the video. For now, let's get to detailing. The details are completed, at least on the outside. Made a little path, couple of gardens with pink petals for like a little path through it. And if you look over here, this is the window design I ultimately went with. This one, I wanted to put flowers here, but because the trap doors are here, you can't. So that is a little bit awkward, but there's not really any way around it. I think it'd look dumb if I broke these two and put a flower there. So I didn't. And so there's a lot of these with no flowers in it, which is a little bit unfortunate. But I do like the looks of this one. This window design with a little dip and a little... I don't know how well you can hear whistles. Probably not that well. Anywho, over here is the front door, but before we go inside, I had a little bit something on the roof. I had a little railing with barrier blocks on top, so you can't jump over. Mr. Body is very safety precautious when it comes to falling off his mansions. He doesn't care if you fall off somebody else's mansion, but when it's his mansion, he could get sued for that, and he might be rich, but he's not that rich. He's also dead, so I guess it doesn't matter anymore. Anyways, this is so cool. I love how this turned out with a little, whatever the heck those things are called. I don't even know. What are those called? I don't know. Leave in the comments if you know what those are called. And if you don't, why would you? Anyways, I love how these gardens, these little patches of gardens look. I have some carrots and some rose bushes for food, and then a couple of flowers, because these flowers are really cool, and I love these flowers. And then right here, these are just the basic window design, but with a flower pot at the bottom instead of just a little dip. And right here is a neat little trick that I like using, a flower pot with a dead bush in it. And you put leaves on top and it looks like a little tree, and I think I love the looks of that. Now we can head on inside through the upstairs. And I have done the floor. I have traced out where all the rooms will go, and this hole may or may not be like a pillar of some kind. I don't know. If you notice that the floor plan looks a little bit off to you, you are probably not crazy. You might be, but you probably aren't, because I'm basing the interior and the layout of the board off an old version of Clue. Like 1972 old. So you probably have, if you have Clue, you probably have a renewed version that's a little bit altered. and maybe there's stupid dice in it. What's up with dice being Clue now? It makes it so impossible to. It makes it way too easy. Like, one time I was playing with somebody else's Clue that had dice in it, rolled the dice, and it landed on the answer is Colonel Mustard in the ballroom with a wrench. Now, whether or not that is true, which it definitely is besides the point. What is on the point is that this is an old version of Clue and the best version of Clue. So if you want to get Clue and you don't have one yet, get the old one from 1972. Anywho, one more thing real quick that I want to bring up before I actually hop into building the rooms. I just want to take a moment to appreciate the idiocy of the layout. Just why? Who thought it would be a good idea to have a mansion, put 9 rooms in it, 1 story, 9 rooms, none of which are connected, except for these 4, which you can use a secret passageway to get from up to opposite corners. Of course, naturally. And in the middle, just empty. Not like a courtyard, a big basement, or any kind of anything. Nope, just empty. Just floor. That's like if you took your house and any room that was touching any other room, deleted it, and so you just had every other room, and then where your living room is, just took it out and replaced it with floor. That is Mr. Body's house. This is his house. He lives in this crap. Where's his bedroom? There's no bedroom. Does he sleep in the ballroom? In the billiard? Does he sleep on the pool table in the billiard room? Does he sleep on his desk? Does a poor man have to sleep at his desk? Wherever he sleeps, he kind of deserves it because I can only imagine he bought this. This is his mansion, so he chose to. I don't know if he had this mansion built like this, but he bought it. If he built it, that's worse. But if he just bought it, did he not look at it? Did he not go inside? He opened the front door and was like, "Oh, that's a cool entrance room, and the outside looks cool. I'll buy it." And then when he brought his stuff over, left the hall through the two big double doors, and it was beheld with the most moronic layout of a mansion that is known to mankind. Can you imagine if you did that? You could just be like, regular house. Oh, it's the worst house in the world. I don't know. I don't know why the man chose to live in such an ugly house. I don't know why he didn't just sell it. I don't know. I hope he didn't build this as a custom design. This is terrible. If you want to go from it, for example, if you want to go from your study to the billiard room to play some pool, you have to walk 50 feet. Each one of these blocks is 3 feet. I don't know if you know that, but if these put in real life, each one of these blocks is 3 feet. So if the door to the billiard room is right here, then you look how far, that's 50 feet. That's 20 blocks, which is 60 feet. He has to walk 20 yards just to get to his pool table. No wonder he put in secret passageways to the opposite side of his mansion. It'd take him 5 minutes just to walk there. For Pete's sake! I'm sprint jumping and it still takes me 5 full seconds! These bats are so annoying, I gotta get rid of them. Anywho, I'm gonna jump into these room buildings, and once I finish the rooms, and plop on a cool little ceiling right here, then we can potentially decorate an upper half of the mansion. Potentially. I'm not sure if I'm going to decorate the upper level. I think I'll at least do a little bit because there's doors here. So, I don't know if I'm going to do a, like, big grand designs or anything, but I probably will do a little bit. But, first of all, let's just focus on the rooms. I'll start with a hall and probably go, like, like, around. I don't know why I'm telling you this. To you, it doesn't matter in which order I build them. You just want to see what they look like, don't you? So, you're probably saying, Geezlarry, shut up and build the mansion. Okay, fine. Take a chill pill, though. You don't have to yell at me. Well, would you look at that? There's rooms. And not just the ugly walls on the exterior. There's also interiors. Why am I lagging? What the heck is that? Anywho, I have finished every single one of these rooms and their interiors, as well as added all the characters' spawn points. There's Professor Plum and Colonel Mustard over there. I believe that's... Nope, Miss Peacock is over there. Then you have Mr. Green, Miss White. This lag is making me sick. Oh my goodness. And Miss Scarlet is right there. Now, I'm not going to show you all the rooms yet. I will give you a glimpse into the library and the billiard room because you already watched me build those in a time lapse. And you just saw the hall, which is right there. But I still have quite a bit to do with the interior of this, namely making the walls not look so... Ugh. They kind of look... What's the word? Oh yeah, terrible. So I'm just gonna go with it. I'm gonna decorate the outside of these. Then I'm gonna put up a ceiling and see what I can do with this bit and just mess around. Gonna go just like freehand it, see what I can come up with. And if it gets boring, if I think it's boring or stupid to watch, you might not see it in a time lapse. But otherwise, that is what you'll be seeing me do right now. So let's get into it. Hello there! I only have but one thing to do, and that, of course, is a second story. If you're wondering why I am so close to your face, well, look at my brain. There's nothing in there. So sometimes I do stuff that's kind of stupid or seems pointless, and that is just one of those examples. Anyways, I have finished the second floor, and I have completed the first floor completely. So I just have to I just have to finish this, decorate it, and do the interior and all that. And this is going to be harder than below because I have to come up with all of the rooms completely on my own because there is no second story board in the Clue game. However, there is a couple of rooms that are not in the regular board game, and that is a bedroom. He just doesn't sleep anywhere. He sleeps on his couch, I guess. Or there must be a second story with his bedroom. There's also no bathroom. I don't know why there's not a single bathroom on the first floor of a mansion, but I don't know. Have you seen the way it's designed? It wouldn't surprise me if there wasn't a bathroom in the whole mansion. I'm gonna slap the hammer on down and get to work. I was trying to think of like a cool outro to say before I cut to the time lapse, but I couldn't think of anything. So it's just me standing here awkwardly, wasting your time. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Body's mansion is completely finished. It has taken me about 3 weeks to do so, but it was 3 weeks of my life well spent. It has been such a blast building this mansion. I love the game of Clue. It's a really nostalgic for me, and unlike Candyland, it's actually a fun game, so it was that much more cool and fun to build it in Minecraft and take my own spin on the whole thing. But before I show you the mansion itself, I just want to tell you one thing real quick. If you want me to build anything, it could be another such game or classic game. I don't know why I said game or classic. Anyways, it could be a game, it could be anything. Just drop it in the comments if you want me to see me build it, and I will most likely build that thing and give you a shout out for the idea. With that being said, there's only one thing to do, and that, ladies and gentlemen, is the tour. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Body's mansion. Outside, we have a little circular walkway with a statue and a little bit of a garden in the middle of it. I really like this statue. I almost did something hilarious. I almost did like Blackstone and magma, and Clay's like he smacked his staff down and exploded the ground, and it looked really cool, but it didn't. It went so badly with a mansion that it would have just been stupid to keep. So I went with a little garden instead. Over here is obviously the house itself. I finally did put fence gates in the perimeter of the garden, so you can actually get in and out of them now without flying. And let's go inside to the hall. This is a room 1 of, I believe, 9. Through here is a shoe closet, and through here is a little coat hanger room. You leave through this door, you'll pass Professor Plum and then enter the study, where you'll see a suit of armor, which has no place being in a study, but there's not really a reason. I don't know, it just looked cool. Next room now is the library, one of the few rooms you actually saw me make. I changed this out for an enchanting table. It was a fence with a pressure plate on it for like a little table, but I thought this looked cooler, and there was an actual book on it that was open. So I thought that looked good. The next room over is the billiard room, also known as the billiard room. This is a big ol' pool table, which it's technically, I almost didn't put these here, because billiard is a game played, like, billiard doesn't have the pockets, but, that's, like, such a niche thing that I don't think anybody would know that. And here is a little bit of a closet to hang pool cues. Of course, I can't really make them vertical, so I just didn't. Now, entering the next room, we'll go past Mrs. Peacock into the conservatory. Before I go into the conservatory, keep in mind that I didn't know conservatories were essentially greenhouses when I built the mansion. And so when I was trying to make the interior of this, the only way I could have made it accurately a conservatory was absolutely ruin the exterior of the mansion. So I went with the other definition, which is like a room for like music and other arts. So that's why there's a piano painting and a little bit of a mini biome. It's like a mini desert. I think I really liked making that. It was pretty cool. This room is the ballroom, and this is one of my other favorite rooms. It's really neat. There's a stage here with chords that don't touch and go to nothing because the signs couldn't touch. This is supposed to be a drum set. These are a whole bunch of different chairs that were shoved into the corner to make room for dancing. And then, this room is the third to last room. It is the kitchen. There is plenty of storage for food and other stuff. There's a sink and a oven. And that's pretty much it. It's a kitchen. What do you want from me? over... I almost forgot in this nook, and I can't fly over this room. I just tried to fly over there, but I forgot to put the ceiling on it. In that nook, and the nook on the other side is Mrs. White and Mr. Green. I forgot to show them, but you can trust me. And here is the dining hall with one missing candlestick. I'm not sure where that went, but I think somebody took it. There is a black banner on Mr. Body's chair because unfortunately he is deceased. And so black is the color of the deceased. So I went with that to pay my respects to the poor man. Right here is Colonel Mustard, right next to a painting of some guy falling into the void. Poor guy. This is the final room. It is the lounge. I just made a living room because that's pretty much what I think of when I hear a lounge. So you have a big TV. I don't know what that is. A couch and a little bit of a thing right here with a little flower. And in here is actually a little bit of a secret. Because if you remember from the game of Clue, there is secret passageways that go from the lounge to, I believe, the conservatory, and from... No, the conservatory goes to the kitchen, and the study goes to the lounge. No. The lounge goes to the conservatory, and the study goes to the kitchen. That's what it is, I'm pretty sure. But, whatever they go to, I made them, of course. I made this little creepy dungeon, and if you bear with me for a second and turn off night vision, I think it looks super cool. It's like, really, it's kind of eerie. I made it purposely a little bit dark because it's like a dungeon kind of thing. So if you turn off, look at that. I love that. If you turn off, this is what you see when you turn off night vision mode. I love these soul lanterns here. This goes to upstairs and the study, and I will be showing you each entrance to the little thing, starting with my favorite, the study, which is a redstone door controlled by a button there, which is normally on, I'm stuck, which is normally on an invisible item frame, but I just left it out because if you take something out of an item frame, you don't get it back. So I just left it here so I wouldn't have to get it or anything like that. The hidden entrance for the conservatory is right up here. It's a little bit of a process to get in and out, but it's under this little biome. The next one is, I'm stuck, I can't get on the ladder. The next one is over to the right. Yep, that's the kitchen one. The kitchen is just underneath the sink. It can be a little bit of a hassle to get in and out, but there we go. It's right here. See that little hole? That's where it is. The last one is in the... that's all of them, I think. I showed the conservatory, the stairs, the lounge, and the... Yeah, that's all of them. Now, over up here is the only way to the upstairs floor. You can see out the window as you go up. And when you go up here, you arrive on the 3rd floor, because there is no second story. It's 1, then 2. Out here is, well, it's a hall, okay? I don't know what else you want from me. This is a little bit of a dressing room kind of thing, with a bunch of different colored shirts and pants and hats and stuff like that. This room is the master bathroom with a towel rack, sink, a big old toilet with toilet water in it, flushable. This is a shower that you cannot get in unless you can fly. And this next room is a bedroom. Most of them are bedrooms. This is like the drummer guy. It's kind of dark in here. That's okay. This is a big drum set. He goes... And that's how he lives his day. He's not allowed to have light, because the drum set is so annoying. The next bedroom over is a guy that loves reading, as you might be able to see. Lots and lots of books, little bed, little bit of storage. He doesn't have any clothes, just stuff in chests. The next room, oh well, this isn't a room, this is a little nook with a big old fireplace. I didn't make a chimney at the top, but I could have if I wanted to, and I don't know how that would have looked, so I just didn't bother. I'm lazy. Next room is yet another bedroom. This is just like another classic boring bedroom, not much to it. I was getting really sick of making bedrooms. This is a too dark to read library, because I made it with night vision turned on. Oh, not a single light in this bathroom, huh? Well, I hope you can see in the dark when you try to pee at night. Golly, there is a little bit of toilet paper here, so you can go number 2. Don't worry if you run out. It's right there. These are supposed to be mirrors, but you can't see they don't really work because it's too dark to see the reflection. In here is another little bit too dark room with, like I said, a kind of ugly bed. This is master bedroom number 1, and this is he doesn't have clothes. Nobody in this house has clothes, of course. Now if you go to this next room, it is here, let me make it day. This is the outdoor, this is pretty much the conservatory of this house. It's completely outside. I really, really love this. I don't know what it is about this, but I love it so much. I love the little flowers around the edges, the bushes, and all that. I just really like that. I think that's my favorite part of the whole mansion. But in here, there's one more room to show you, and that is the second master bedroom. There's a little bit of clothes right here. This is the only house. This is the only bedroom that has clothes. But I didn't feel like giving it to anybody else. This guy is respectable. Nobody else is. They're all like cavemen. This is a picture of 2 men fighting, and this is a cartography table. I thought about making a map of Candyland and putting it here, but it's too big. It wouldn't fit. I probably need like 5 or 6 maps to do that. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the full Mr. Body's mansion. If you're wondering if there's anything through those windows, whatever these things are called, nah, there's not. It's just nothing. Okay, I couldn't be bothered to make an attic. I've been working on this for 3 weeks. With that being, as long as you don't look through those windows or those windows, it looks cool. And if you come around, where is it? It is over on this side. If you go around and look through these windows, you can see the ladder. How cool is that? You can even see down into the basement too. I believe there is another window that's pretty funny. Oh, right here. I just walled it off a little bit. Anywho, this is Mr. Body's mansion. If you enjoyed the video, please consider giving a like and subscribing. It helps a lot, and it's totally free to do. This video was super fun for me, and I had lots and lots of fun making this house and recording the process. And if you want me to see me build anything else, feel free to drop it in the comments below, and I will see you guys in 2 weeks for my next upload. See ya!